I now have the honor and privilege to introduce to the tribe of Brandy, Miss Brandy Jones. And what I love about Brandy is this: she's always been an entrepreneur and she's always been into education. She was in the military, and I understand the military very well, as I spent some time there as well. And so she moved around a lot, but she was able to create connections and relationships quickly and deeply. And one of the things that she struggled with was her finances. And so she knows what it takes to go from being in debt to being totally free and financially free. Her mission is to empower all of us to have sound financial freedom. And her vision is to create that with our children. Because one of the things I think we do fall down on is teaching our children how to be financially sound. So Brandy is going to come up on the stage, and let's welcome her with a big round of applause. You're so welcome.
I'm going to take you back a little ways so that you'll know where I'm coming from and where I've been. During this time, many years ago, I was trying to raise my daughter, coming out of divorce, and money just was not there. But it was my daughter and I against the world. And what I always tried to do was to reward my daughter, because she went through a lot with her mother. And she would say, "Mom, it's going to be okay." So I'm going to tell you a story about how my daughter helped change my life. Kimberly? Yes? I want to do something for you. What? Let's go to your favorite place to eat. Are we going to McDonald's? Yes. You've been such a good girl this week. You've done all your chores and you're making great grades. So Mama's going to take you out to McDonald's. Okay. Well, Mama, what can I get? Order anything you like, baby. This is your treat. Okay. I want a Big Mac, a large fry, please, and a large soda. Is that okay, Mommy? That's fine, baby. As the clerk at the counter was ringing it up, my heart started beating. I got nervous. And the total came to $4.95. Okay. Okay. All I had in my wallet was $5. As my daughter sat in her chair, enjoying her food, I made the decision right then and there. My life needed to change. I needed to develop a system or ask for help so that I would never be caught again with just enough. From that day forth, every $5 I get, I put away. I save my $5 bills because this and my daughter is what saved me and changed my life. Going forward a little few more years, I had forgotten that story, but I still was trying to build my business because I came out of debt but there was still something missing. As I was doing laundry, I put my hands in my pocket, trying to clean, before you put in the laundry, out came a 5. The emotions that went through me at the time was just amazing. Oh, $5, it's back. So I tell each and every one of you, you matter because of this $5 bill. Every $5 bill matters because you matter. I have a practice that I save this and I teach that to others. When you have a 5 in your wallet, you're never broke. When you have a 5 at home someplace because you put it aside, you're never broke. And you don't have to go through your budget because your 5s are there for those special things. They have helped me with my bucket list. I have managed to do a lot of things. I purchased my pearls that I'm wearing with my $5 bill collection. So my budget is here, my 5s are here, and I can stand between both of them and have a great life. When I teach my business, which is END, E-N-D, the red, I go to my client's house dressed as I am. I don't wear a lot of fancy stuff because I don't know if we're going to be on the floor or at the dining room table. They bring out, like they would go to taxes and bring out all this paperwork, boxes full of unopened bills. I teach them, we're going to go through these bills and we're going to go through them together. And we do, one by one. We open the bills and we sort them out. And then we sit back and we look and we manage. This is what I do. I enjoy going through open bills, unopened bills. I have a passion to find money where you haven't seen it or you don't know where to look. Everyone should live an abundance in their life, in their finances. And it can be easily done because of people like me. But no one else does what I do. I'm the one you want to go through those bills because I enjoy it. And I know that on the other side of that, there is the abundance. I help you to come from here to go over to here. And I'm in the middle supporting both of that until you can do it yourself. So END, the red, Brandy Jones, that's what I do. A little bit further, I want to teach the babies because as I was growing up, I was good with money in my household. We don't teach our kids what they don't teach in school because they don't teach this in school. I had to teach my daughter, and she's very good with her money now. But I want to reach out to the parents and help the parents to teach their kids that they can also have the abundant life. Kids don't have to be in debt when they go to high school, go to college with those student loans. There's ways of doing that before they get there. We have to support our kids and our babies because they're the ones going to be doing our world budget. They're the ones that are going to be able to have the freedom that we don't have now and that we struggle with sometime when we don't have enough. So it's possible for them to grow and live the life that they love at a very early age. And don't wait till they get 67, like I am, to be able to do this. So that's my mission in life, is to make sure that the kids have their support in their finances and they're able to learn. As I said, I saved my $5 and I put them in my wallet in a special place. Let's see how many 5s I have in my special place. And I have not counted them yet. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This has been probably over 2 weeks period of time that I would just tuck them away. Then I'll take them home 2 weeks or a month later and I count them. My purse gets too full and I can't close it. And I count them and this is what I come up with. Thank you so much. You all have been absolutely wonderful. And remember, every $5 matters because you matter.
Okay, Phyllis Flemings, come on down. Let's give her a round of applause. Have that energy going, yay. Come on up. Hi, I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Good. Would you like to ask your question?
Okay. My question is that so many women want to make a big difference in the world. And sometimes we do so much, we feel, not necessarily we are, but we feel that we're overwhelmed. Rebecca is a role model for doing everything, and she does it well. So my question is, how do you do all of this and stay so centered?
I love that question. And it goes back to the full plate. Dun, ta-da! I love it. There it is. That's our plate. And how many hours do we have?
24.
You guys are so good. I love it. So the way I do it is I make sure I'm in the center. What do I need to be the best that I can be, that I want to be? I make sure that I include that in the very center of every 24-hour period. That's how I start my day. And then the other thing I'll do is I breathe. I pause. Big belly breaths, lowers your cortisol level, and I purposely choose from that place what I'm going to put on my plate. Because I can't do everything all the time at once, but I can take small steps on those things that matter most. And if I do that on a day-to-day basis, that moves the things that matter most to me forward. So that's how I do it. But I guard my 24 hours. I'm very purposeful. I don't just let it drift by and suddenly days and days have gone by. So I'm very protective and purposeful about my 24 hours. Does that answer your question?
It does. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Now, would you like fairy dust? Okay, well, just but hold it up so they can hear
Okay,
your fairy
yes.
dust,
I
so we
would-
get it right. I'm just taking
Okay.
that back.
Yes, okay, and I would like beautiful gold and silver coming toward me. And I would like the smell of freshness. And so that's what I like. Maybe a little bit of jasmine in there.
Okay, so freshness and jasmine,
Yes.
silver and gold.
Yes.
Any sort of a texture?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, so we can decide our own texture.
Yeah, decide on your
Okay.
texture. I'll just feel whatever you send me.
But it's gentle, loving
Gentle,
texture.
please.
Supportive.
Oh, yes. Gentle,
No,
loving,
those sharp,
supportive.
hard edges. Okay.
Yes.
Great.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's get our fairy dust ready. Silver gold is going to have a lot of shine and sparkle. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
This segment that we're going to do now is probably one of my most favorite segments of what Rebecca does. I love hearing the success stories of people who've worked with Rebecca over the years or very recently, and how they've seen success and what that means to them. So for me, this is just like a really exciting piece to be able to share that information with you. So with that, we're going to bring Miss Rebecca back, as well as the 3 panelists, Trish, Tish, and Mary. Yes. Voila. Let's welcome Miss Rebecca and her panel to the stage.
Ta-da! Wonderful. Thank you. Welcome. Well, and I'll echo, this is also one of my favorite segments because this is an opportunity for you to see what some of our people are doing and for them to really shine and showcase the things that they're stepping forward and into. So this is a really special segment for me as well, as we get to honor these special ladies that are stepping forward in really, really powerful ways. And at times they're going to refer to some things that may pull at your heart and you're wanting to be more involved with. And as that happens, we have a wonderful table here for all of the panelists that they're going to be highlighting and have certain things that you can interact with them on. So if they talk about, you go to our table or go to the panelist table, that's what they're talking about, is that table right there. So I want you to be able to access anything that they share about that you feel that pull at your heart. Does that sound good? Yeah. So are we excited to meet our amazing Fall into Balance 2016 panelists? Yay! Wonderful. And here's how this works. I asked them to share some way, and this was very open-ended, some way that I've impacted their life, and I said preferably in a positive way. But I don't know exactly what they're going to share, but that is my hope and my intention, that they share that. And then secondly, they're going to share some of what they're doing now. And they're going to share all of that amazing information in a 5-minute segment. So please really lift them up as they're sharing from their heart, because this is being even more visible as they step forward and share some of the things that they're doing. So I want you to send them positive, supportive, loving energy as they're taking, center stage, ta-da, sharing all that they're doing and stepping forward in. Does that sound good? Yes. Okay. So Trisha, I'm going to start with you today. Okay. And I love your heart, your energy, your integrity, your willingness to step forward no matter what as you are called. And you are willing to find out the how as it goes. And I love and appreciate that about you. So I thank you for your heart, your willingness to serve in that way. And let's welcome her officially to the stage.
Thank you. Thank you. So first, I wanted to give you flowers as a thank you.
Okay, and they can all start this way. Thank you.
You're
Thank you. Beautiful.
Because I so appreciate everything that Rebecca has done from beginning up to this point. I don't know what's going to happen in the future, so I'll just say up to this point. But just kidding. We met about a year ago, and actually a friend of mine that was speaking invited me to come. And so I came to support her, and as I was here, I was like, oh my gosh, this wonderful woman who's putting all this together, I'd like to get to know her, and I signed up for a discovery session. So I encourage you to sign up for the discovery sessions. It was just amazing the time that we spent together. It was like 45 minutes, but through the discovery session I was like really clear that this was someone that I wanted to work with to move forward. And mind you, at the time, I was going through some health challenges, so I didn't even know how I was going to move forward or what my body was going to allow me to do. Throughout that time, Rebecca was extremely patient because, some days I'm like, yes, I'm gonna go, and then the next day it's like, I can't even get out of bed. So she was very patient with me, and I had even signed up for some things and thinking, yes, I'm gonna be ready, and then had to pull back because I wasn't ready. Since then, I have been a part of the book Coming Out of Hiding and Shine, which I'm so excited about because I did not see myself as a writer. Didn't see it on the horizon that I was going to be involved in anything at that level at all. And the opportunity came up and I was open. And so I encourage you to just stay open and not feel like you have to have the answers to everything. If you want something and feeling like you have to have all the answers, you don't. But if you remain open and flexible, you'll see that there'll be more opportunities that come your way that you will never even think possible. One of the things that I knew was that being a life coach, transformational life coach, I knew that I didn't want to have just a business where I just worked one-on-one. As much as I love doing that, I knew that I was called to do something greater. And that sounds kind of, it was like, even just to say it, I felt like, God, who does she think she is, you know? But I just knew that. And so, again, opportunity came up and Rebecca was right there. And one of the things that I love about Rebecca is that she has a way of honing in on the things that you're really good at. She has a way of encouraging you to stay away from the things that you're not so good at. And just kind of redirect you, you know, to where you should be going. And I am just really grateful, you know, because she has been there with me every step of the way. And I paid for coaching services with Rebecca, but you know what? She has earned her money. I mean, seriously, because I have kept her busy. And I don't even know how she has had time for you guys. Because she has been so generous with her time when I have had questions, when I'm feeling like not so sure of myself. And the biggest venture for me is the TV channel. Whew. Talk about coming out of hiding. Even though I knew from the very beginning when you first mentioned it that I was supposed to do it, it's been a journey getting to this point to where I actually physically said yes and I'm doing it. And I wasted a lot of time, you guys, basically what I'm getting down to. And so I encourage you, if there's things that you know that you need to do, get with Rebecca. If you're not sure how to, like she was saying, don't worry about the how. Get with her. She will help you. She'll help you figure it out. She's amazing, and I would not be where I'm at right now if it wasn't for Rebecca. And I truly, truly, honestly know that. It's not like I think or I guess. I know that. So thank you, Rebecca.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's an honor. Beautiful. Thank you. And I'm just going to add that, you can stay up here. Oh. Sorry. I didn't give you direction. I apologize. We want you here. That any of you who are feeling a call or a pull to stepping on more stages or television or want to be on that journey, that you're feeling that pull, I encourage you to talk to Trisha and what she's creating. There are going to be some really great opportunities as she's stepping into that space for people to step with her on the journey. So, yeah. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yep, perfect. You got it. Exactly. Perfect, thank you. Mary. Now, we have been on this journey in life for a number of years, and we've studied in coaching programs together, we've grown together, and I love Mary's heart and her commitment to helping you find your story, to finding your voice, to really stepping into that. She used to whisper to me very nicely when I would get off the stage, "Don't say you're not an author or a writer, you are," and would always encourage me on that. Her commitment and her passion to you stepping into your voice, into your story, is consistent and powerful, and she won't settle for you to write in anyone else's voice. It's your story that really matters, and she's so committed to helping you do that, and I appreciate that about you. And I love Mary as a speaker, her heart, her integrity, and all that she brings forward. So I'm honored to have you on our panel and sharing with us today. Mary Knipple.
Well, thank you so much, Rebecca. And I just am in awe of your vision and your commitment to be who you are so authentically. And I thank you for inviting me to be on this stage, as well as my distinguished colleagues. And I applaud all of you for saying yes to being here today, to fall into balance for yourself. And when I thought about what do I want to say today, the words, I want to be in the room where it happens. If you are not familiar with that, it's from a very, kind of famous, successful play that's on Broadway right now called Hamilton. And I'm not really into rap, but the words, I want to be in the room where it happens. If you're experiencing in the room where it happens with Rebecca right now, and I have had the privilege of being in the room where a lot of stuff has happened. I was in the room when Rebecca came up with the idea of this and saw the structure around it. I was there when she bought the domain for your purpose-driven practice. And I've seen the trajectory, and I've been on the ride with her, and it's electric. We have a shared passion for women to stand in their power. Because your story is what makes you unique, and people are waiting to hear your story. This is something only you can tell. And I've known for a long time that my being in the room is being able to help the women who have been silent too long to claim their voice and to recognize the story that it's time for them to share so that they can be heard and the people who are looking for them can find them. Whether it's 300 words for a blog or thousands of words for a book, I use my 30 years of experience as a journalist to draw that story out of you. And I know what you're thinking. I wouldn't know where to begin. I don't know that anybody is going to want to listen. I have that same chatter too. But I've figured out that when you focus on who needs to hear your story, the reluctant writer finds the words and the way to connect with who needs to hear you. And that's why I have been committed to showing up in various venues and various ways to invite you to take pen in hand and to discover your story worth writing. And by the way, that's the name of my new program. And I'm offering a special today because I'm launching it very soon. And it's Discover Your Story Worth Writing Basics, so that I walk you through, well, how do I get started? What do I even write about to begin with? And by the way, I used one of my strategies in my talk today, linking your personal story with something universal. I talked about being in the room, using a lyric to bring it back to what I wanted to talk about today. Because being in the room with Rebecca, things happen. And they can happen for you. Because your story matters. And you are the only one that can tell your story. I am so honored to be in the room with you today. Thank you.
Thank you. Beautiful. Thank you. And our next, I'm getting really close to the chair there. Our next amazing speaker, we've also been on a journey together for a while as well. And Tish, many of you have gotten to know, she's supported us with many of our events behind the scenes. Energetically, she has supported us in many ways you probably will never know, as she holds space for all of us. And she has such a huge heart to help you heal powerfully in all ways in your life and step forward in a way that honors you, honors your rhythm, honors your balance, and do that in ways that are natural and supportive to your rhythms. Is that a fair way to explain? So please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Tish Reese to the stage. Woo! And all your sparkle, I love it. You're welcome.
I have my notes because I didn't want to miss anything, and I had difficulty containing it to 5 minutes of all the things I wanted to say about Rebecca. I first met Rebecca in 2014 in February at her Spring Forward event. I didn't know what to expect that day. I'd never been to one of her events, and I was so impressed with the value that she provided that day and how uplifting and inspiring it was. Rebecca over-delivers. Whether it's in a group like this or when you're working with her one-on-one. She is so generous with her experience and her knowledge. Shortly thereafter, I started helping with the events and working behind the scenes. And the Rebecca you see on stage is just as she is in person, you know, behind the scenes. She's authentic and heart-centered. And she is a master at carrying off these kinds of events with such ease and grace, with all the moving parts and unexpected things that happen, like speakers not showing up or something, you know, like that. She just is amazing and quite a role model. For those of you that don't know, I'm a licensed psychotherapist, and I've been a family court mediator for 17 years. I do child custody mediation for the family court, and one of the guiding principles is the best interests of the children. And that's a concept that I think about and work with on a daily basis. And when I was thinking about what I could say about Rebecca today, I don't know how many times I've practiced this, but it always moves me. Rebecca has your best interests at heart, always. When I have been working with her, it's about what I need. It's about where I need to grow, where I can shine. It's not about her. She always puts the other person's needs first and really looks at what's in their best interests. She meets you where you are, exactly where you are, and she kind of gives you a little push. For example, I was more than willing to postpone this today and not be on this stage right now. And she said, nope, we're going to do it in August. So, and I'm actually thankful for that. I appreciate those pushes. She knows, she sees the strength in people. And she's a wonderful combination of head and heart. Sharp as a tack with a heart of gold. 2015 was a life-changing year for me. In early spring, my home was burglarized, which was devastating. 1 month later, I was diagnosed with cancer. I think I spent about 6 months of last year just in a total state of shock. And I'm a psychotherapist, so I know, I have tools and resources and things like that, but I was very aware I was in a state of shock. A couple of months before the burglary occurred, I was introduced to essential oils, and it was really during that traumatic time in my life that I realized how healing and supportive essential oils are, both physically and emotionally. And I just started researching about them and learning about the healing properties, learning why they work. They actually work on a cellular level in our bodies. And I just became fascinated with learning about them. There's so much to learn, and I love that aspect of it. So I started teaching classes on essential oils. I've been teaching at the Cancer Support Community in Walnut Creek on a regular basis. There's typically about 40 people on the waiting list for my classes, and so I know that people are eager for this information. I also teach classes at my therapy office in Lafayette, and I'm more than happy to teach classes in your home if that's something that you would be interested in. So the last thing that I wanted to say is just, Rebecca touched on it, it's just become my passion to help people with natural solutions in order to live healthier, happier lives, because I truly believe that if I can do that and help other people be healthier and happier, it's going to make a better world for all of us. And so I really focus on what people eat, drink, and think. So
Thank you so much, Rebecca. You've meant so much to me in my life, and I am so grateful for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Can we give our amazing panel one more big round of applause, thanking them for stepping forward and shining and sharing. Thank you. It is such an honor to be on the stage with you and on the journey with all of you. Truly. Thank you for your beautiful hearts and the work that you do in the world. Are you a speaker looking to reach more people with your message? You have a global vision that you want to touch the world and make a global difference. If so, I have an amazing opportunity for you. It's called the Speaker Talent Search. Again, that's the speakertalentsearch.com. You'll find all the details, but here are the highlights. With one application process, you get clarity on your message. You get to fine-tune how you want to reach the world. Then you'll have everything ready in one place for the opportunities when they come. Second, we select you as a finalist. You get to come in and audition with a 7-minute audition, open up the door to hundreds of speaking opportunities. I hope you lean in. I hope you say yes. We would love to hear your message, help you touch the world powerfully. Again, that's the speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your powerful message.